Udham Singh, you are remembered as one of India's most fearless revolutionaries. Can you tell us about your early life and what shaped your journey?
I was born Sher Singh on December 26, 1899 in Sunam, Punjab. Life wasn't kind to me. My mother passed away when I was just 2 years old, and then my father, a railway worker, died in 1907. At the age of 8, I was orphaned. My brother Mukta and I were sent to the Central Khalsa orphanage in Amritsar, where I was given a new name, Udham Singh. It was there under the roof of the orphanage that I learned not just how to read and write, but also to stand strong in the face of life's cruelty.
You were alone after joining the orphanage, but your brother Mukta was with you. What happened to him?
Yes, Mukta and I were sent to the orphanage together, but tragedy struck once again. In 1917, my brother, the only family I had left, died of an illness. I was devastated. Losing him was a heavy blow. It felt like the world was stripping away everything I loved. After his death, I felt like there was nothing left for me in the world but the fight for justice. It was the loss of Mukta that ignited a fire within me, a fire that would burn until I avenged the bloodshed at Jallianwala Bagh.
That's an incredibly tough start. But what led you to join the British Indian Army during World War I?
I needed stability. The world around me was harsh. At that time, joining the army seemed like the only way to survive, to secure a future. I enlisted and served briefly, but the British Army, the very institution that oppressed us, opened my eyes to the bitter reality of colonial rule. When I returned to Punjab, I was filled with nothing but disgust for the system that had taken everything from me.
Then came the turning point, the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre on April 13th, 1919. How did that moment change you?
That day will never leave me. The massacre was an atrocity. Men, women, and children gunned down by the very forces that were supposed to protect them. I witnessed it firsthand. General Dyer's cold-bloodedness. The screams of the innocent, it burned into my soul. I took a handful of the blood-soaked soil as a reminder, a vow. I would avenge the souls of those who died that day. I was no longer just Sher Singh. I was Udham Singh, a man on a mission.
You didn't immediately take action. You joined the Ghadar Party, traveled, and spent years in Europe. What was going through your mind during that time?
It wasn't just about me anymore. I was part of something much larger than myself. The Ghadar Party was a beacon of hope, a movement that wanted to free India from colonial shackles. I went wherever I could, trying to rally Indians abroad to the cause. But even during my imprisonment for carrying arms and revolutionary literature, I didn't lose sight of my purpose. Meeting Bhagat Singh in jail was a turning point. His courage inspired me, and I carried his photo with me, calling him my guru. Even behind bars, I knew the fight wasn't over.
After years of planning, you reached London in 1934. You were preparing for something big. What was the plan?
My target was clear: Michael O'Dwyer, the man who had endorsed the massacre at Jallianwala Bagh. I travelled across continents, under different names, Ram Mohammad Singh Azad, to show unity among India's religious communities. I worked menial jobs to keep my cover, but my goal was singular. I had one chance, one opportunity to strike at the heart of British imperialism.
March 13th, 1940. You took your shot at O'Dwyer. What went through your mind in that moment?
I walked into Caxton Hall, and there he was. I had prepared for years. With the revolver hidden inside a book, I shot him twice at point-blank range. No hesitation. He had to die. For the innocent lives lost at Jallianwala Bagh, for every Indian who had suffered under British rule. It wasn't just about revenge, it was a message. The British Empire could not crush us. We would rise.
You were arrested immediately after the assassination. During the trial, you showed no remorse. Why?
I was proud. Proud of what I had done. O'Dwyer's death was justice. He deserved it for his role in the massacre. I didn't regret a thing. If I had to die for my country, I was ready. I knew my fate was sealed. But that's a small price to pay for freedom.
You were executed on July 31st, 1940. How do you want to be remembered?
Not as a man who killed, but as one who fought for justice. I want my story to remind people that the struggle for freedom is never easy, but it is always worth it. I died for my country, for the spirit of independence, and for every man and woman who dreams of freedom.
Your legacy has lived on in India. Streets named after you, statues and films. What does that mean to you?
It humbles me. I never did what I did for recognition. But if my actions inspire others to stand up against injustice, then I know my sacrifice was not in vain. My story is not just mine, it belongs to every Indian who fought for the freedom we now enjoy.
Udham Singh, thank you for sharing your incredible journey with us.
The pleasure is mine. May we always remember those who fought and sacrificed, so that we could be free.
Subscribe to stay updated on more fascinating historical discoveries and hidden stories. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know about our new videos, behind-the-scenes content, and community updates. Plus, it's a great way to support the channel.